Assalamu alaikum. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Now, inshallah, Rabbil Alameen, we will begin our session. Okay, this is the second section in our chapter. Okay, which is the chapter 8, section 2. This chapter is talking about the pressure, okay, and some properties of the moving fluids. Last chapter, we studied the fluids when they are at rest, okay? So we talked about the buoyant force, okay, the floating object, the submerged object, okay? But now, inshallah, we will study when the object is at rest, when the fluid is at rest, okay, it has certain properties. The first property of the fluid, which is at rest, and also which is moving, is the pressure of the fluid. The pressure of the fluid. Type. Number one, to know the pressure of the fluid, or the fluid pressure, we have to know what's meant by the pressure initially. Okay, so to understand the concept of the pressure, let's look at this schematic diagram in front of us. If we have a surface, okay, and this surface undergoes certain area, certain perpendicular area, this symbol means perpendicular. So if these two conditions are satisfied, now we can talk about the pressure. Yani, for example, let me ask you to put your hand on the table. Okay? Well, when you put your hand on the table, okay, let's put it perpendicularly to the table, okay, and press. Now, you can say there is pressure. Why? Because there is a force, which is represented by your hand, and a surface affected by this force, okay, which is the table in front of you, okay. So when these two conditions are satisfied, we can talk about the pressure. In this case, the pressure will be the magnitude of the vertical component of the force per unit area. Or in other words, we can say it's the magnitude of the force per unit area. يعني what's meant by force per unit area? It means it's the force that affects an area of magnitude 1. يعني, for example, if I ask you, if I tell you that this area is 10 meters squared, okay? And this force which is affecting on it is 50 newtons, okay? So if I want to find the force that's acting on a unit area, what's meant by unit area? Unit area means only 1 meter square. Unit area of magnitude 1, of magnitude unit, okay? Who can tell me how can I get the pressure in this case? Raise your hand if you want to answer, or I'll choose anyone. طيب. Abdullah Hamdi, can you hear me? Raise your hand, please. طيب. تفضل عبد الله حمدي. I unmuted you to answer. Now we want to find the pressure. The pressure is the force per unit area, which means the force that's acting on area of magnitude 1 meter squared. Here we have 10 newtons acting on, 50 newtons force acting on 10 meters area. Abdullah Hamdi, can you hear me? Abdullah Hamdi, you have to know the instructions. If I ask you, if I call you 3 times, okay, in the period, these are the instructions we agreed together yesterday. ده مش من عندي، ده من إدارة المدرسة. Okay, خلاص? Yesterday in the meeting, they said, if you call a student 3 times and he doesn't give any response, حتى لو المايك عندك بايظ, raise your hand. Okay, أو خد المايك وقول I don't know. لكن no response على طول معناها إن حضرتك مشغل الجهاز ونايم، على طول بنعمل لك ريموف. الكلام ده للجميع. If you don't know, tell me I don't know عشان أعرف أشرح لك. اتفضل حمزة.
Yes, Mr. It's pressure equal 50 over 10 equal 5.
Excellent answer, Hamza. Thank you very much. Excellent answer. It's 50 divided by 10. Why? Listen, Abdullah Hamdi. Because I said the pressure is the magnitude of the vertical component of force, or the magnitude of the force per unit area. يعني the magnitude of the force per unit area, per area equals 1. But have the area here, the area is 10. The force that's acting on it is 50. So to find the area, to find the force acting on unit area, we will divide force over area. So this is the formula. The formula is P, which is pressure, equals force divided by area. عمر أيهم لو سمحت من فضلك. ممنوع تشغيل الفيديو غير لما أنا أطلب منك. ولو الموضوع اتكرر ثاني بعد إذنك يعني مش هتبقى حاجة كويسة. أوكي؟ يلا. So here the formula is P equal F. What does this sign mean? Normal to the surface. يعني perpendicular to the surface. The force which is perpendicular to the surface divided by area. Someone may ask me, Mr. Top, if the force is not perpendicular, it's diagonal. What will we do? This is not in our syllabus. There is something to be done, but it's not in our syllabus. طبعا we will make something called vector resolving or use another formula. But in our syllabus, this is the only formula that we will use. So pressure equal force divided by area. Again, pressure equal force divided by area. Pressure equal force divided by area. I'll hide the formula and ask any one of you to say the formula. So concentrate, please. Pressure equal force divided by area. What's the measuring unit of the pressure? Okay, we will derive the measuring unit of the pressure from where? From this formula. Force is measured in SI unit, which is Newton. And the unit of area is meter squared. The pressure is force divided by area. So the measuring unit of the pressure is Newton by meter squared. Newton divided by meter squared. By the way, today inshallah Rabbil Alameen, there will be online assignment, homework, should be solved today. تمام. Okay, so this again, the formula is P equal F divided by A. P is the pressure, the measuring unit is Newton per meter squared. Okay, someone may look here and say, no, mister, you wrote something different. What did I write? You wrote Pascal. What is the Pascal? Yes, it's excellent observation. Yes, the Pascal is equivalent to Newton per meter squared. We call the Newton per meter squared as Pascal. So if I ask you what is the equivalent point to the Newton per meter squared, you would say it's Pascal. It's what? It's Pascal. Okay, so now inshallah I'll hide this formula and ask any one of you. يلا. حكمة طويل. طبعا let me remind you, I'll call you 3 times. If you don't answer, you'll be removed according to the new instructions of the school directors. خلاص؟ يلا. ها؟ حكمة الطويل. Raise your hand. I'll unmute you to answer. ها؟ حكمة?
Yes, mister.
Okay, Hikmat, what is the formula of pressure?
Force perpendicular surface over area
Divided by area. Force divided by
divided by area.
Right. Excellent. So what is the measuring unit of pressure? طيب. Concentrate more يا حكمت. Okay.
Pascal, mister.
Pascal, excellent. ممتاز. على فكرة by the way, حتى لو قريتها وانا بسألك ده اللي انا عايزه. انا بسألك عشان تعرف المعلومة. انا مش بسألك عشان اعاقبك. دي نقطة لازم تكونوا فاهمينها يا جماعة. انا بعمل كده عشان تركز عشان المعلومة تبقى موجودة في دماغك. اوكي؟ شكرا. طيب. سؤال تاني. Pascal is equivalent to what حكمت؟
Mister, your sound lagged.
نعم.
Your sound was lagging, mister.
طيب. Pascal is equivalent to what? Is it still lagging?
No.
طيب. ها. Pascal is equivalent to what?
N per M2.
Newton per M2. N is Newton per M2. M2 is meter squared. Excellent answer. Thank you very much, Hikmat. And please stay focusing on what we study. Thank you, Hikmat. Excellent. Yesterday, I told you, Father Hikmat, inshallah Rabbil Alameen, when he's focusing, he gives excellent response. Thank you, Hikmat. Thank you. Okay. Lower your hand. Well, طيب خلينا نسمع حد تاني. محمد ياسر, unmute yourself. محمد ياسر.
نعم.
اتفضل يا محمد. يلا. What is the formula of the pressure? Again, what is the formula of the pressure? If you
Force
don't
over
know, say,
area.
huh? Force over
Force
area.
over area.
Any force or the normal force?
الsurface force.
لا لا مش surface force. Normal force. Surface force ما بتعملش area. اسمها normal force or the force that's perpendicular to the surface. ممتاز. What is the measuring unit؟ يعني pressure equal F over A. P equal F over A. It's a piece of cake. P equal F over A. P is the pressure. F is the force. A is the area. Okay? طيب. What is the measuring unit of it يا محمد ياسر؟ What is Muhammad Yasser Ahu? What is the measuring unit of the force, of the pressure?
Pascal.
Huh? Pascal.
Pascal.
Pascal is equivalent to what? Pascal is equivalent to Newton per meter squared. اهي لان احنا قلنا pressure equals Pascal which had the symbol PA. Sorry, the pressure equal force divided by area. Force is in Newton. Area is measured in meters. So meter squared. So Newton per meter squared is equivalent to Pascal. يبقى Pascal is equivalent to what يا محمد؟
Pascal equivalent to Newton over a meter square.
Thank you very much. Excellent محمد ياسر. محمد ياسر الرجل الذي يعني the brilliant man when he's focusing on what we are saying and in other cases يعني I don't want to say يعني إن شاء الله خلينا concentrating on what we say. Okay, did we agree together? Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Okay, I'll ask a few minutes later again on the same point. Now let's go to the next slide. This is a numerical example to solve on this formula. The four tires of an automobile are inflated to an absolute pressure of 2 times 10.5 PA. Each tire has an area of 0.24 meters squared in contact with the ground. Determine the weight of the automobile. Here, let's extract givens. Let's extract givens. Who, let's choose أمير حيدر. حاضر يا حمزة هخليك تجاوب. أنا رفعت إيدك مرتين دلوقتي. أمير حيدر. Can you hear me? Raise your hand. Okay. Yalla, let's extract given.
Yes, Mr.
Four types of automobile are inflated to an absolute temperature of 2 times 10 to the power of 5 Pascal. So what's the given here?
The Pascals is 2.0 multiplied with
Which is what? Yani? What's the given? What equals 2.10 times 10 to the power of 5? This is what? This is, يعني is it the area? Is it the pressure? أمير. أمير, it's written beside it يا أمير.
Sir, I can't see you.
أهو.
The pressure.
The pressure. Well, so this is the pressure. So
And
this is the pressure P. P equals that. Well, طيب. Each tire has an area of 0.24 meters squared. So now the automobile is moving on how many tires? 4. Each has 0.024 meters squared. So what is the area? Is it 0.024 or we will make something additional?
We will multiply it by
Excellent, mashallah, mumtaz, هايل, هايل, excellent, mashallah. So we will multiply times 4. 8 equals 4 times this, sorry, not 3, 4 times this is area. Times this value, 4 times 0.24 meters square. طيب, Amir, so now we have the pressure and the area. Can we find the required, which is the weight? The weight is what? Huh? Let's remember the formula. The formula says P equal OF over A. So here we will put F because it's up, so it's placed up. And here P, here A. We want to find what? We want to find the weight. Mr. What is the weight? Huh? Do you remember what's the weight? The weight is the force of gravity. So the weight is a force. So this is the weight. So Amir, the formula will be, huh?
F equals to P multiplied by A.
Excellent, ممتاز, ما شاء الله. F G اللي هي الويت equals P times A. Okay, P multiplied times A. Find the calculated, then find the answer. So the answer will equal. Put the result here, then write Pascal. That's it. Pascal or Newton per meter squared. Thank you, Amir. Thank you. So this is this question. This question is homework to be done. Okay, inshallah Rabbil Alameen. When I write Q1, it means it's a homework. I'll send you this PDF inshallah after the period, بس يعني مش على طول. يعني بعد today night inshallah. Or evening مثلا. Let's clear the drawing and go to the next slide. Yeah. Question 2. Hamza Nofal, which of the following exerts the most pressure while resting on a floor? Jamal, let me give you a very important hint. These questions are likely to be in our quarter exam. Inshallah Rabbil Alameen, the questions of the quarter will be 80% at least of the questions, or like the questions of, or like the questions those we are solving in the period. So please, in your favor, wallahi, it's not for me, concentrate. By the way, I'll not lose anything if I open the Zoom and blah, 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 and goodbye, guys. Okay, alas, I did my job. But in your favor, please concentrate. Hamza, Hamza Nofal, raise your hand, please. Okay. Okay. Unmute yourself, Hamza.
Yes, Mr.
Here, in each case of these cases, he gives us the force, which is Newton. And he gives us the
Area.
dimensions to find the area. The dimensions to find the area. ممتاز. And he asks us, he wants from us to find the most pressure while resting on a floor. طيب. This is the force. It's 25. Is okay? Well, it's a cube. You know that the cube has this shape. The cube has this shape. Or what is the base of the cube? What is the shape of the base of the cube? This is the cube. What is its base? The shape of its base is what?
A square.
Square. Excellent. So when I want to find the area of the base, which is affected by the weight of the cube, we will find the area of the square. So here, the area in A, area equals, what?
4 times 1 point, I mean 6 times 1.5.
لا, area of the square will be 1.5 times, أيوة, times, sorry, one point five times 1.5. So it equals blah, 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 meter squared. So this is the area. Is it clear,
Yes, Mr. It's clear.
Hamza? ممتاز. طيب. So now we have the area and we have the force. What will we do?
We will put the formula pressure equal force over area.
Excellent. So we will apply the formula pressure equal force divided by area to find the pressure. Okay. We will repeat this in each case. But here, in case of cylinder, the base is what? Is a circle. طيب. The circle has area, which can be calculated from what?
One from the area.
You know that this is the cylinder. It looks like that. Okay, this is the cylinder. The cylinder has the area of what? Its base is a circle. So to find the circle, the area of the base, we will use the formula area equal pi times r squared. Pi, r squared, sorry. Area equals pi, which is 3.14, times r, which is the radius, squared to the power of 2. واضحة ولا لأ؟
واضح.
Then we will apply the formula F, P equal F divided by A. Okay? In the third case, cube with 2 meter sides. خلاص. So the same as 1 in calculations. And in the fourth one, it's a cylinder with radius the same as the second one. Is it clear? We will repeat it in the 4 times. Okay, and طبعا هو في another method to be يعني to be solved. لكن this method I ask you to make more practices on calculating the areas and the pressures. Okay, thank you, Hamza. Excuse me, everyone. Anyone who is not understanding this, please raise your hand. ممتاز. لا انا عايز بس اللي رافع ايده دلوقتي اللي مش فاهم. كرم اشرف. Okay, I unmute you. ويحيى ضرور. Okay, حاضر. اتفضل يا كرم.
I did not understand the last part, Mr.
The last?
With the pie and the pie like this, yes.
Okay, here, you know the shape of the cylinder, Karam?
Yes.
Okay, the shape of the cylinder, the base of it, because we calculate
The circle, yes.
from
And
the
when we
base.
want to calculate the area, we need the pie.
Yeah, okay, the area of the base is a circle, okay? So the area of a circle is pi r squared.
Yes.
Is it clear now?
Not a
يعني,
lot.
طيب, now again, you are asking about this question totally ولا آخر point بس؟
لا يعني كل question بس في the last point especially يعني.
ممتاز. Okay, here in each case he gives us 4 forces. These are the 4 forces. Okay?
Yes.
And he gives us also
The area.
Not the area. He didn't give us the area directly. He gives us the dimensions. By them, I can find the area.
Okay.
Okay. Well, here in the first case, the cube, how can, when it's placed on or it's resting on a floor, it presses the floor on which area? يعني what is the area of the effect of its weight?
Okay.
Huh? What is the area, ya Karam? We have a cube now. The cube is placed. Huh?
It will be 25 newtons times 1.5 times 4.
لا شوف here in this case the force is 25 newtons. Okay يا يحيى يا كرم تمام.
Yes.
هنا what are the cube is or has a slide of a square, a base of square. Do you agree with me in this point?
Yes.
Do you know this point? Well,
yes.
Here he give us what? He give us the dimension, the only one side of the square. طيب, to find the area where the effect of the force is acting on it, we should find the area of this base, which is the square. And the area of this square is the length times itself. The length is 1.5 times itself, it means times 1.5. So here, to get the area, we will say the area equals 1.5 times
2.
1.5. Okay,
yes.
This is the area of the square. طيب, now we have the area, and this is what? This is
The pressure.
the force. تمام. طيب, the formula says what يا كرم? Formula says pressure equal force
over area.
Excellent. ممتاز ما شاء الله. Force divided by area. طيب, now the force is what?
The Newton, the pressure.
The force in the first case, number A, the force
25.
equals
25
25 بالضبط. ممتاز. جميل. The area is
1.5 meters.
ايوه اللي هي 1.5 times
2 or times 1.5.
ايوه اكسلنت ممتاز ايوه كده تمام